Today, I'd like to focus on personal security, especially for us ladies. There is a school of thought now that seems to suggest that women don't really need to, be particularly concerned about personal security. Men need to be raised to know that they should not attack women or rape them or assault them sexually. And while that sounds very high and lofty and sweet, the fact remains that there will always be bad people. And there's something about that suggestion that is premised on the thinking that people who do bad things don't know that what they're doing is bad, that they're doing it from a place of ignorance, which is not true. I doubt the veracity of that a lot. I think there are actually people out there who take pleasure in doing things they know are wrong, largely because they want to see if they can get away with it, and usually the more frequently they get away with it, the more emboldened they become. So it's not because they don't know right from wrong, or they've not been taught right from wrong. They know. It just gives them a thrill to be on the wrong side of the law. Those people will always exist. They're not going anywhere. And although usually most predators are men, certainly there are women who are predators too. But because of the power balance which favors men more highly, you find that more men tend to be predators than women. So when the message is sent out there that women should be allowed to go wherever they want to go, do whatever they want to do, and men, not all men of course, predators should be raised to understand that they're not supposed to behave in that way. My quarrel with it is, nobody else is responsible for your behavior. Nobody else is responsible for your security. You're the only one who is responsible for you, especially if you're an adult. So don't put yourself in a place where you're so vulnerable. Just don't do it. If you let yourself be that vulnerable, somebody will take advantage of it. You can rest assured of that. There have been bad people from time immemorial, as Zebrudaya would say. They are not going anywhere. They've been there, they are here, they will always be with us. Evil has always existed. It will always exist. Regardless what the penalties are, regardless what they've been told not to do, evil will always exist. So I think the onus lies on us to know that if you let yourself be put in a bad place, somebody will take advantage of that in a heartbeat. Don't do that to yourself. So for instance, what do I suggest? I suggest that you want to have a night out on the town, go with a friend, somebody you really trust. Go with your brother. Go with a couple of girlfriends. Don't be alone. Yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing, and this tends to be a bit dicey, so I'm not coming at it from a place of morally policing anybody, but I do think that it would be much harder to get raped in a pair of jeans than in a mini chiffon gown, for instance. Yeah? Just saying. We all know how tough jeans are. Sometimes even trying to undo yourself so that you can, ease yourself becomes a problem. So imagine that you're drunk and passed out somewhere and somebody is there fiddling and struggling with, maybe even has to bring out a pair of scissors or something to... That buys you a little time to maybe wake up. or for somebody to notice that something is going wrong and intervene. Just saying. Just a suggestion. Yeah? So that's number 2. Number 3, if you go on an outing, even if it's with people you trust, except their close family or really close friends or your spouse, if at any point you left your drink or your meal unattended, let's say you ordered a drink, just had a few sips, and then you went off into a corner to take a call, or stepped outside to get some fresh air, or you went to the bathroom. If you left your drink or food unattended for up to 5-10 minutes, when you come back, except you are with somebody you trust deeply, don't touch it. Again, just don't. Even a random stranger could slip something into your drink. Yeah? Because contrary to the vibe that most people have, rape is not something sudden. Most rapists sit down and plan properly. They have tools on them. Some have weapons on them. And other equipment. In this case, equipment or aids would be things like date rape drugs, which could be slipped into your food by a total stranger. Now, if you're with friends or family, even if that happens and let's say everybody got distracted and it somehow happened, which is highly unlikely, you take a sip, you start feeling ill, chances are very high that somebody will say, hey, if you're not feeling good, let's go home. Yeah? So whoever it was that was trying to do whatever to you loses. Now, let's imagine you're alone and wearing something really skimpy. Again, I'm not coming at this from a place of morality. You drink this, you pass out. If they wanted to rape you, yeah? Maybe they remove you from that place, maybe just into a darker part of the club, where somebody that's passing by will assume you came together and you're just feeling nice. It'll be a lot easier to rape you if you're wearing something that's flimsy, really short, or a dress, instead of, again, I keep coming back to the jeans, because that's the toughest fabric I can think of, or maybe khaki, or what, chinos. Those are a whole lot better gear to be in that kind of circumstance. You're going somewhere late at night. If it's possible for you to take parts of the town that are better lit than others to get to your destination, use those routes. Yeah? If it's possible for you to let at least one person know where you're going and what you're doing at all times, at least there should be at least one person you trust and can confide in. Even if you're Aaron's babe or whatever, have at least one person that can say, I have not seen Martha in days, and the last time we were together she told me she would be with Paul or David or Samson, and she told me they were going to such and such a place. That way everybody knows that this person was the last person you were with at such and such a place, just in case something goes wrong. Have some kind of mechanism in place. Don't be this kind of person who feels that you need to keep your secret secret. I'm not saying that everybody should know your business, no. But don't get stupid about it to the point where you are so secretive that nobody knows where you are at given moments. You disappear for 2-3 weeks at a time, nobody can reach you. Nobody knows where you are. Nobody knows who you're with. They can't get you on the phone. One day, you'll disappear that way for bad. And everybody will like, is it Nohamba? I wouldn't bother about. Last time she was gone for an entire month. It turned out she went to Dubai. And the truth is, this time you're in trouble. So, these are just a few tips it's really important to have your head on your shoulders where personal safety and security is concerned. Don't hand that over to any other person. You owe yourself a duty to grow eyes in the back of your head. So if you must go out alone, at least one person should know exactly where you're going, why you're going there, who you'll be hanging with, and how you can be reached. It's the least you can do for yourself. Better still, go with a friend or two, if you're not too comfortable with the circumstances. Do your best not to be caught in dark corners with men you don't trust. Don't enter any enclosure with a man you don't know very well and trust. It usually doesn't end well. I'm sorry, but these are things that you need to know, because bad people are not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They have no intention of changing. So it's up to you to put yourself in a position where you protect yourself. Even at home. I recall when I was still single, living in a compound that was so well protected. You know, my landlord, it was in the same compound with my landlord's house. Great man, very nice fellow, and he had a very, very secure premises. You know, and my apartment was in the back, you know, what we call the boys' quarters, and that compound was usually so secure that I traveled sometimes for weeks at a time and not lock my own front door, and nothing ever went wrong. Yeah, so, and this, I lived there for 3 years, and I got used to it. And although the compound was always crowded, nothing ever went missing, I got used to not locking my door. Yeah? I moved with that mentality to another neighborhood and got robbed within 2 months flat. Luckily, nobody got harmed. They came in, picked a few things and left. But that woke me up. So, personal security is on you. There are people who will say, oh, will be, no matter what you do. Yeah, I guess to a certain extent, but the truth is, when you do your own due diligence, when you play your part in trying to help yourself, and then things go awry, it's better. You know, you even feel better. You know that, okay, this is something that was meant to happen. There's nothing I could have done to prevent it from happening. That's way different from thinking, oh Lord, I wish I had locked my door. Oh my, I wish I hadn't come back to that drink I left unattended. Oh my, I wish I had taken 1 or 2 friends with me when we were going to such and such a place. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Something you want to avoid, yeah? So, I don't know if this message will resonate with everybody, but I do believe that personal security and safety is about you. You cannot control another person's, how another person will relate to you. You're only responsible for how you choose to secure yourself. And of course, you need to do it as best you can. Because there's always somebody out there ready, willing, and able to take advantage of you, if you create that window of opportunity. So just don't, yeah? And then again, as I always say, nobody knows it all. I certainly don't. These are just my thoughts.